blessings. So today is a national day of mourning in this country because a man named Bush died. Our old president of America died. So let me tell you a little about Bush. You see, to some people, Bush is a great man. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to rain on your parade. You know, you can remember the greatness of Bush. But as I walk past this place, this graveyard, this dwelling, this territory of Oya, the goddess Oya, I think about the graveyard that became of my community when a man like Bush was the president of the United States of America. You see, as the head of the CIA, he made sure that all of that crack cocaine was flooded into black and Latino neighborhoods, and it caused the genocide of our family structure. Like, there was always a concerted effort from various levels of government to do genocide on our people, whether it was through outright murder or it was through stuff like putting us in jail and messing up our legal records so we'd have less power to vote. All of these things contributed to the downfall of black society. I don't know how well you could see me because the camera just went off the flashlight. But yeah, today's a day of mourning and great silence. And also another reason why there should be mourning and great silence on a day like this is because I found out that India, their meat consumption doubled. Now, I don't know if you know the implications for that, but when a country that's mostly vegetarian like India, when their meat consumption doubles, that causes an imbalance in the ecosystem and an undue strain on the remaining resources that we have on this planet. Imagine 1.2 billion people all of a sudden want to start eating more beef and chicken because they have moved into the middle class. And let's look at the exponential numbers and the power of Kali Yuga. First of all, Kali Yuga is the age that we live in. The hallmark of this age was that people would start slaughtering cows, and there would be a decline in lifespan, in bodily strength, memory, and intelligence, as well as cleanliness and merciness, all of the good qualities that make life worth living. These things will decline in the age of Kali Yuga when man would start eating more cow. As such, the spirit of Kali Yuga hides in gold. Ever since 5,000 years ago, his residence place has been gold. And if you know anything about gold, it's an excellent conductor. So therefore, you see the influence of Kali Yuga growing in this age at an exponential rate. Now, let's look at population. Let's say, okay, today India is 40% or 60% vegetarian. But if that doubles, their meat consumption doubles, it'll be what? 30% vegetarian soon. And how can that happen? Through simple things. You see, the way their society is set up, women are rejected if the husband dies. She has no more purpose in life. Women are also rejected if they either have sex before marriage or they get raped. So what a lot of Muslims do in a lot of rural areas of India is they'll rape a woman, a Hindu woman, and then nobody wants her, then he can legally marry her with no trouble. Now imagine you do this 4 times over, because you can have up to 4 wives. That means the next generation, if 2 children are born to each wife, that's now 8 meat eaters. Now, you know, how you want to set up your society and live by your laws and your rules, that's your business. I'm not going to interfere with that. But the only thing I got to say is that there's going to be an environmental impact if a country like India, and I've mentioned this on Facebook before and other media outlets, that we can't afford to have a country like India become commercialistic like America, like the West. If you guys imitate the West, the earth, the resources are going to be drained in less than a decade. So consider the words that I'm saying. Today is a national day of mourning, and it's time for everybody to wake up. There's many other topics that have to be dealt with, but right now this is very important. And also, shout out to the African countries that are standing up to the Chinese abuse, kicking out Chinese people who want to be disrespectful, on the continent, on the soil of Africa, when we know darn well we can't go over to China and be disrespectful and start digging minerals out of their land without permission. It'll never happen. As a matter of fact, in India, black people get beat to death by mobs. India is easy to take to a mob reaction to any situation. They just mob up on you and beat you down. It's not even funny, and I'm not laughing at it, but recently some black people were attacked in India because there was some missing Indian children, and the people in India assumed that the black people were cannibals and ate their children, and they literally beat these people nearly to death. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on when you got ignorant, backwards people who have no knowledge of Krishna consciousness and the Vedas. They're ignorant and backwards. In Goa, Chaitanya Holt was killed about 3 years ago by a mob. He was killed worse than a dog. He was also black body. So yeah, I'm not in a rush to go to India or any other place on this earth where I'm not wanted. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get a lot of love from India, a lot of love in Africa, but I can't go to Africa if y'all are allowing people, European pastors and ministers, to come slap you upside your head in the name of Jesus. Like, that ain't gonna work for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I will fight back. We don't play that over here. And when I say over here, I mean within this body. I'm the Lord or master of this field given to me by Lord Krishna. So over here, we don't play that stuff. If I'm in Africa and the Chinese man is outnumbered, ain't no way he gonna be slapping people up. And what's up with them African fists anyway? Like, I be seeing y'all throwing those fists on them YouTube videos, and it don't look too convincing. But I have a feeling that if it was a African national from another country, those fists would work very well. I seen them Bata Box videos out of Nigeria. Yo boys got some hard little stone fists, like a Jamaican feet could kick through a brick wall with no karate training, just from all of the walking and strength that we cultivate in the motherland of Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so shout out to everybody. National Day of Mourning. I hope we can overcome the effects of the crack that poisoned our neighborhood. And as always, I ask people to do one thing: chant Hare Krishna.